Alright, watch out.
Yeah,
Watch out, they're pushing B as well.
ay, ay, ay. I like bitch who is your mess, ay. Can't keep my dick in my pants, ay. My bitch don't love me no more, ay. She kick me out on life, bro, ay. That bitch don't wanna be friends, ay. I give her dick, she a man, ay. She put her 10 on my dick, ay. Look at my wrist about 10.
Hello, my name is 14Q, or Q, or whatever the hell you want to call me. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys about the time I threw a desk at my science teacher. So, I'm not going to say any names or anything because I don't want, people going and searching these people up. So let's call my teacher Tom. Let's call him Tom. So, my teacher Tom, this was around Christmas break time. I was going to go away. I was going to be gone for an extra week than everyone else. So an extra week on top of what everyone else was gone because I was going to Florida. So I asked him first, if I have any extra work or anything like that that I can complete, when I'm gone or something, so that I'm not missing out on anything, because science is really the only hard class I had. I had shop and gym that semester too, so it was really only my main concern was science. So I'm like, okay, give me any work I need. He's like, you don't need any work or whatever, you'll be fine. There's no work to do or whatever, right? And this man has the heaviest accent. I can't even replicate it. Think of the most African mixed with I don't even know if you can imagine, Tanzanian fucking accent on the planet. That's him. Just so heavy. I'm not even gonna try and reenact it. I might put a clip of someone talking in a really heavy accent and see if it even sounds like him. So anyways, so he said, no, everything's fine. I don't have any work to do over the break. He said, we're not going to be doing anything. So I'm like, oh, okay. So, well, that's great. So I can just sit in Florida and relax and do whatever, swim and crap. It's really cold down here in Canada in winter time. I come back from Florida. I had a really nice time in Florida, actually. I went to the studios, whatever it's called. I don't know. I'll remember later. It was in Orlando. So I come back, and Universal Studios, that's what it's called. I come back, and I'm going through my classes. I had science last period, fourth period. So I'm like, okay, I'll go see what I missed, because I know I missed something, because I know this teacher's an idiot. So I say nothing about it. I'm just like, okay, I know I'm going to have a little bit of work, but I shouldn't have too much judging by what he said. So I go back to school, and I walk into class, and I'm like, oh, hey, Tom, how you doing? Or whatever, Mr. Tom, how you doing? It's like, oh, I'm doing good. How about you? How was your trip in Florida? I'm like, oh, it was great. We went all over the place, whatever. We went to Universal Studios and crap like that. Went swimming and stuff. And he's like, oh, great. Here's all your work and a unit test. So I'm like, what the flying fuck is all this bullshit? So we learned about space or something. He taught an entire unit while I was gone and said I had no homework to do. Absolutely none. Gave me a unit test the day I walked back in there, and all the work that I missed that he said I didn't have. So I'm like, what the hell? So when we were in Florida, I'm like, okay, he's probably gonna pull some bullshit like this. So I told my mom. She told me to, if he pulls something like this, to give her a call and she'll sort it out with him. So I probably should have gone down to the office and called, to be honest. I just pulled up my cell phone. I'm like, I'm calling my mom because she told me to call you if something like this happens. So I called my mom. She didn't pick up or whatever because she was at work or something. Or as I'm calling her, Mr. Tom just starts to freak the fuck out, okay? He's just yelling at me. He's like, no, put your phone down. Put your phone in your pocket. Turn it off right now. There's a test going on. All this bullshit, right? And no one had even started the test yet. He hadn't even handed it out. I just saw the test in his hand. So at this point, I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm not doing this test or whatever. Give me time to do this work and then I'll do it. And he's like, no, go to the office. You have detention. I'm like, for what? And he said that I had detention for disobeying him and using my phone in class. And I just got I've never been this mad in my life. I got so pissed. He was standing at the front of the class. I turn around behind me, and there's this desk at the front of the class that no one sits at because it's right next to the projector, and that thing blasts hot air in your face. Gives you third-degree burns and shit. So I grabbed the desk. I'm like, don't do it. I was just gonna throw it somewhere. I'm like, he's making me so fucking mad. Fuck this shit. I grabbed the desk, I picked it up. These aren't those big desks, actually. So they're like, if you ever seen a high school desk, it's basically just like a chair and a table combined into one with like a little basket underneath to put your crap in. So I grabbed one of those and I threw it at him. I just whipped it like with all my strength right at his head. It didn't hit him, but I threw it right at him and hit the chalkboard behind him. You know, everyone started freaking out. Everyone's like, and he's like, no, that's it. You're suspended. You're fucking suspended. He got so pissed at me. And then they're like, oh, what are you down here for? I'm like, oh, nothing. I just threw a desk at a teacher. And I ended up getting a 3-day in-school suspension. Just in school, not even out of school. And earlier that year, I pushed some kid. We were having like a little debacle thing. I pushed some kid, got a 3-day out of school. And I threw a desk at a teacher, got a 3-day in school. Yep, that makes sense. 100%. But yeah, I ended up getting suspended for 3 days in school though, so it wasn't that bad. I ended up doing the unit test. I don't know how I did on it. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did good or something. Anyways, that was the time I threw a desk at a teacher.